Hey, we're back. So now you can see my answer to this. Hopefully, it matched yours. Actually, to be honest with you, I would take either one of these because the median and the mode both are pretty good measures of average. The one that is absolutely not good at all is the mean, which just shows you that you want to be careful with the word average. Now, the median is a really good average because this data is very skewed right, as we saw. And since it's skewed right, a much better gauge of, oops, hold on, a much better gauge of average center is the median. We learned that in the last section, or actually I think 2 sections ago, that when data is skewed right, go with the median. So that's one reason. Another thing you could do is you could look at the mode. The mode, because it's one, and one happens so often in this data set. Hold on one second. There we go. So, and since the mode happens so often in this data set, the mode's probably a pretty good one. I mean, 68% of the tiles are worth 1 point. So when you reach in your hand, you're most likely to get one that's worth 1 point. Okay. So the one thing that's not good is mean. This is skewed right. Mean is no good. Now, let's do it again. Suppose John wants to calculate his grade in statistics class with the grading scale below. There are 3 exams, each worth 15%, a final exam worth 25%, and homework worth 30%. John has received these grades, and so on. If he gets a 78% on the final, calculate his grade in the class. All right, this is going to be really nice. This is going to work really well. So let me title this John's grades. You can't see that because of my recording device. Let me move that out of there. Okay, so let me do some copying and pasting here. So I want some grades and some weights. Let me read that again. So it's got exams that are each worth 15%. So 15, 15, 15. You got a final exam worth 25. And you've got homework worth 30%. And hopefully that makes a sum of 100%. Let's check that. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Now, let's see. 81, 77, 65. Those are the grades on the tests. 78% is on the final. 84.6 on the homework. Okay. Now keep in mind the 78 is kind of a fake. We're putting in 78 right now because they said to right here, and then we'll figure out what else we need to do later. All right. So how do we figure it out? Well, we want the sum, which we already did. Now I want the sum product. So let me just write that down. Sum product, so I can remind myself, equals sum product of parentheses. First array is the x's, comma, the second array is the weights, the grades, percentages. And there we go. Now that's not the average. The average would be, right, grade is equal to 7833 divided by 100. And there we go. That's the student's grade. And matter of fact, I'm just going to copy and paste this whole thing in here. There we go. Beautiful. Now, if John hasn't taken the final exam grade yet, what is the highest grade and lowest grade he could receive in the course? Well, you could just kind of play around with it. The highest grade you can get on the final is 100. So if I do that and type 100, then see it automatically changed. So this would be highest grade. Okay. Or if you want, you can just copy and paste here. I can show you. So you could do a 78 right here. Then I could take this whole thing, copy, paste, change it to 100. There we go. Then I could take the whole thing, copy, paste, change it to 0. That's the lowest grade you could get, right? So I could say highest grade possible. This is lowest grade. Easy as that. I don't really need the whole thing. I'm just going to copy and paste. I've already shown how to do it in the other one. There we go. So the highest grade, now what grades are these? I suppose I should answer that. So this grade right here, the 78.33, that's a 2.5, right? So I probably should put that in. And down here, that's a 3 point and that's a 0 point.